As temperatures climb, more of us are watering our lawns. The City of Irving Water Utilities team wants to make sure everyone is doing it responsibly and conserving the vital resource of water. Here to talk more about this is Donna Starling with Irving Water Utilities. Thanks so much for being here.
Well, thank you for having me.
A common question I'm guessing you're hearing at this time of year is, why conserve when at least so far this spring we're getting regular rain showers?
Well, actually, there are drought conditions across the state of Texas, and they're becoming more severe as each week passes. And so we want to be proactive. We always want to be proactive, but particularly this year as we have a drier year and we are much lower on our rainfall.
And there are a few elements to the city's conservation plan. Let's talk first about time of day restrictions. Irrigation is prohibited between 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. every day for everybody. Why is that?
Well, that's exactly right, because once the temperatures heat up, as you said earlier, we're going to find that there's more evaporation of the irrigation water, and so we want to make sure that people are watering their lawns in the most efficient and effective time of day. And that's why we want them to water early or late, so before 10 a.m. or after 6 p.m. so that they get the best application and the best use of their irrigation water.
And we'll put on the screen another component of the plan. Watering is allowed 2 days per week based on the last number of your address. How is all of this enforced?
So we have people that are in our water conservation program who routinely go out every day and drive around the city to make sure people are following the guidelines. At this point, it is required by ordinance, but we refer to them as guidelines. We are not in a drought restriction at this point. However, given the rainfall we've had this year, we anticipate we might be in a drought restriction even in the next couple of months. So we want people to get in the habit of making good decisions about how they water. And we actually have a licensed irrigator, and you can request that he come out to your home, help you review your irrigation system, also help you set your controller and make sure that you're watering no more than twice a week. And if you use watermyyard.org to guide your watering, you may find that you don't even need to water each week. That fortunately, if we get some rainfall, we'll have the ability to take care of our lawns without the additional watering.
Yeah, and we've talked before about how Irving has its own water supply from Lake Chapman. How are the lake levels looking right now?
Well, and that's a great question. That's our best indicator that we have some potential trouble ahead with regard to our lake level being 2.5 feet low. And so what we want to do is we want to make sure that we're setting up good habits now, watching how we're watering, because we're 2.5 feet low. That's a pretty big drop from full, and we want to make sure that if we do have to start our drought restrictions, that people know exactly what to do and how to do it. And the first level of restriction is twice weekly watering, but there's some additional things that we'll add on. So if they get in the habit of the twice weekly watering now, then it'll be easier to make the adjustment if we do have to go into specific drought restrictions.
Some good ideas for conservation. Donna Starling, Senior Utilities Compliance Manager with Water Utilities. Thanks so much for being here.
Well, thank you.